TIFU by having sex with a Cactus NSFW throwaway account. Obligatory. This happened many years ago, between the ages of 14 to 15. A friend of mine used to live on a farm, and whenever I visited, which was practically every weekend, we would spend hours scouring the property looking for any kind of war memorabilia. Their property was huge, so we would go as far as we could, playing games and searching for war artifacts. For context, we live in South Africa. The farm is situated in an area where the Anglo-Boer War took place. We have found what we believe to be unmarked graves of soldiers and cannonballs. Can't remember if we ever found bullet casings and if they were verified. On one particularly hot day, we ventured quite far. After spending hours just messing around and not finding anything, we came across a cactus. Seeing as we were hot and thirsty, we decided to put a movie trope to the test, the trope being that cacti contain copious amounts of water. My friend, being ever resourceful, had a knife with him, so he cut a piece off for each of us, and we hoped that we would be rewarded with the sweet watery nectar of the cactus. We of course discovered the crushing truth, that movies lie to us. The interior of the cactus piece was hollow and fleshy. There was a rather viscous fluid, it was too thick to flow properly. We then had another bright idea. Seeing as the cactus piece was hollow and fleshy, this would be a great masturbatory tool, and get to experience what sex felt like. So we both went out of view from each other, and got down to the deed. Boys and girls, the interior of a cactus felt cold and hard to my erect penis, not pleasurable at all. After a short time of fucking the cactus, I got bored as it didn't feel too great. I removed the cactus, and to my horror, there on my glistening penis were worms wriggling all over my dick. I screamed in terror and began swatting the offending creatures off my member. My friend came running to see what the issue was, and upon explaining it to him, he fell to the floor in hysterics. I was mortified. I was terrified of getting an infection. I had no clue how I would explain that to my folks or to the doctors. Luckily, all that happened was a mentally scarred experience, and my friend teasing me for years. TLDR, I fucked a cactus and it tried to give me an STD. Mate, what the fuck? Reminds me of the coconut story. Also glad you were in the cactus and not the other way like I thought initially. Guys, is there a way to just forget how to read, or do I have to wait that out?
TIFU by cleaning some toys. My mom just moved out of my house 2 weeks ago, so naturally I'm embracing my newfound freedom. This morning before work I decided that every dildo/plug/vibe I own needed a good cleaning before this weekend so my man and I can have a bit of fun. A few minutes later everything is all clean and sitting up to dry around my bathroom sink. I then quickly get dressed and rush out the door to work. Now this is where the fuck up comes in. I left them there. All 10 of them, and went to work. Now I just received a call from my mom saying that she is swinging by tonight, while I'm still at work, to drop off some groceries and pick up some stuff she left behind. Unable to think of an excuse as to why she can't do that or use my washroom tonight, I just squeaked out an okay and hung up the phone. FML Reddit. I can't wait for the phone call I'll get later. Update. So I just called my mom on the way home from work, and apparently she and my stepdad found my collection quite amusing. The story I was told goes: Mom walked into the house, put the groceries down, and immediately went into the washroom while my stepdad went to work fixing the sink in my laundry room. Mom obviously saw the toys and had a bit of a giggle. She went about her business until my stepdad decided he needed to use the washroom. Apparently she ran in there, grabbed them all to try and put them away before he could see, but it was too late. She got caught in the hallway with an arm full of dicks. They apparently were both dying of laughter. And to top off the embarrassment of both of my parents seeing the collection, she thinks the purple swirly one it's kind of neat. You, don't go in the bathroom. Her, why? You, the sink is full. Her, of? You, dicks. Her, god damn it. I lolled. My best friend is a lesbian. Most of the parties we throw are at her apartment, and usually she'll show us her fish tank at least once during a party. Some of the fish are named after us, and it's always fun to check up on the tank and see how everyone is doing. One time we were having a party, and someone asked something about her fish tank, so we were about to go in her room and look, and suddenly she yells from across the apartment, "Don't go in there, my dicks are out." Almost a year later, It finally appears to be dying down, but hopefully we'll never let her forget about that.
TIFU by accidentally getting my teacher to look up Undertale porn. Obligatory. This didn't happen today, this happened earlier this year. Before I graduated, we had this project where we had to relate what we were learning about to characters from our favorite movie/show, but a couple people wanted to do their favorite video game instead, so the teacher let them. This one kid wanted to do his presentation on Undertale and Deltarune, but the teacher wrote it on the board as Undertale/Deltarune. I don't know if Deltarune is to Deltarune as Undertale is to Undertale, so I only really wanted to warn him of the first one. I didn't know what piece of media I wanted to pick yet. I ended up choosing Hades, so I decided when I figured it out I would email him and in that same email warn him of the dire difference without explicitly saying it was porn related. For the project I think I want to do Hades the game. Also, for whoever picked it, it's spelled Undertale, not Undertale. Undertale is the name people use to draw extremely questionable fan art about Undertale. Just wanted to warn you about that. He responded saying thank you, and the next time I come into class the spelling was changed. When the teacher was handing out the homework for the day, he gets to me and says, "Boy, you were right about that show." TL. Doctor, the teacher spelled Undertale wrong, and as a result I am the sole reason he had to see pictures of Sans Undertale glowstick penis. You just helped unlock your teacher's new fetish. Nice. Your teacher is an adult man, he's seen a lot more porn than you have in his life. He knew what he was going to see when he checked, and checked anyway, to see what he might have directed kids towards, and was grateful to you for the warning. But, I doubt any pearls were clutched. TIFU by possibly starting a rumor that I received a hand job from a student. NSFWs. So this happened on Monday in the school cafeteria. I'm an assistant English language teacher in Japan and I've been living and working over here for about 2 years. I'm not great at Japanese and the kids aren't great at English, so miscommunication is more common than would be ideal. So as anyone who has ever started learning a second language can attest, the first words you learn are the swear words, the sex terms and anything else your dirty little gutter mind can find. In preparation for my students doing this, I took some good advice from a friend and started misinterpreting what the kids would say to me. Student, sex. Me, 6. You're 6 years old? No wonder you're so short, boom. Shut that kid down and burned him so hard he won't be talking about sex again until he has to explain it to his kids. Student, penis. Which they inexplicably pronounce as penis. Me, tennis. You want to play tennis? But the racket is bigger than you? Boom. Japanese kids are short. This is easy. Student, hand job. Me, hard job? Yeah, I have a hard job. I have to teach you points at student. Nuclear explosion. All the kids start laughing as they think I said something along the lines of "I got a hand job from you." So that backfired spectacularly, and I will now go back to hiding in the corner hoping that the kids don't try and cancho my butthole or spread rumors about my sex life. TL. Dr. I teach English in Japan. I purposefully misinterpret rude words the kids say. I misheard hand job as hard job and pointed at a student that made my job hard, which may have resulted in an unsavory rumor involving me and the student sigh. I wonder what Japanese prisons are like. Same as regular prison. Just with more tentacles. Now you can look forward to a barrage of canchos. For anyone else not in the know, a cancho is when one clasps both hands together with both pointing fingers sticking out, making a mock pistol shape, then said pistol barrel is forcefully driven up unsuspecting victim's ass. For some reason it's huge in schools in Japan. Hey. I love you. Thanks for watching. I hoped you enjoyed this Reddit audio story. It would mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe, or better yet, leave a comment about one of the stories. Thanks, and I hope you have a wonderfully fantastic day. XOXO.